Each day in the warm whelping room was filled with gentle moments for Alex and his brothers and sisters. The puppies spent most of their time curled up in a soft pile, their tiny bodies breathing in sync as they snuggled close to their mother, Alma. Alma was a very good mom. She cleaned each puppy carefully, licking their soft fur to keep them warm and cozy. When they cried, she nuzzled them gently, letting them know she was there. Alex felt safe and loved, even though the world outside was still a big mystery. During the day, Frank and Martha came to check on the puppies often. They spoke softly and smiled as they watched the little pups wiggle and yawn. Martha would sometimes stroke Alex's tiny head and say, "You're growing so fast, little one." Frank took pictures to share with friends who might want to meet the puppies soon. Alex and his siblings were starting to discover their senses. Their eyes, once tightly closed, were now open wide, sparkling with curiosity. They looked around the room, catching glimpses of light and shadows. Their noses twitched as they smelled new scents, and their little ears began to hear the sounds of the world, the soft footsteps of Frank and Martha, the gentle hum of the house, and Alma's loving voice. The puppies were beginning to find their legs, wobbling and trying to stand. They took tiny, unsure steps, sometimes tumbling over one another in their excitement. Alex loved to crawl over his brothers and sisters, eager to explore the warm blankets and the soft walls of their cozy home. Alma watched carefully, always ready to help if a puppy lost balance or got too tired. She would nudge them back to her side, where they could suckle and rest in her soft fur. There was a peaceful rhythm to life in the whelping room, filled with sleepy naps, gentle licks, and soft puppy sounds. As the days passed, Alex grew stronger. His little paws could now stand firmly, and he began to explore further from his mother. He was curious about everything: the way light danced on the walls, the smell of the blankets, and the warmth of the sun coming through the window. Frank and Martha continued to care for the puppies, making sure the space was clean and comfortable. They talked quietly about finding good families for the pups soon, hoping each one would find a happy home where they could run and play. But for now, the puppies just had Alma, a mother who loved them more than anything. She stayed close, ready to protect and teach them the ways of the world as they grew. Every day was a new adventure for Alex and his siblings, a time filled with love, discovery, and the gentle care of a mother's heart. As the days passed, Alex and his brothers and sisters grew a little stronger each morning. The very first week of their lives was mostly quiet and sleepy. The puppies nursed from Alma, curling close to her warm fur. Their eyes and ears were still closed, so they relied on Alma's gentle touch and soft voice to feel safe. Alma was a wonderful mother. She kept her puppies clean by licking them, and she always nuzzled them when they needed comfort. Sometimes, Alex would wiggle and stretch his tiny paws, making soft little noises that made Alma look down at him with loving eyes. By the end of the second week, something magical happened. Alex and his siblings began to open their eyes. Suddenly, the world around them started to appear in soft shapes and colors. Alex blinked at the bright light coming through the window and turned his head toward the gentle sounds of Martha and Frank talking nearby. At first, their little legs were wobbly. The puppies took small, unsure steps, sometimes toppling over in clumsy piles of fur. But Alma was always nearby, ready to catch them with a soft nuzzle when they needed her. As they grew into their third and fourth weeks, the puppies became more playful. They barked tiny barks, wagged their tails, and gently tumbled over each other as they explored their cozy space. Playtime was full of joyful puppy wrestling and curious sniffs. Frank and Martha smiled often when they watched the puppies, taking pictures to show all their friends. "Look at Alex, he's already the bravest explorer," Martha said one afternoon as Alex tried to climb a small pile of blankets. Frank chuckled and added, "He's gonna be full of energy and ready for fun soon." Alma was proud of her puppies, but she also made sure they learned important lessons. She taught them how to be gentle with their little teeth when playing with each other, and showed them how to listen and respond to her quiet growls and barks. These early lessons helped them understand love and respect. By the time the puppies reached 5 weeks old, their eyes were wide open, and they loved to run around the whelping box. Alex would chase his siblings, wagging his tail in excitement as they all liked to play chase and hide and seek among the blankets. Alma sometimes lay nearby, watching with patient eyes as her little family grew more confident. She would gently correct any puppy who got too rough, teaching them to be kind as they learned about the world. Frank and Martha began letting the puppies taste soft puppy food, and Alex licked his bowl eagerly. He was growing fast. Each day brought new sounds, sights, and smells to discover. Even though Frank and Martha were busy preparing for the day when the puppies would meet their new families, Alma's heart was full of love. She stayed close to her puppies, night and day, making sure Alex and his brothers and sisters felt safe, cared for, and ready for the adventures ahead. Every careful step, every sleepy yawn, and every happy bark brought the puppies closer to the big wide world. And with Alma's gentle care, Alex knew he was ready to face it, one paw at a time.